It was supposed to be the end of the space race. But what if it was just the intermission? Today, the fight for the heavens is back. Not between two nations, but between nations, billionaires, and private armies. We're witnessing the biggest cosmic land grab since Columbus sailed west. But here's the question you need to ask. Is this new space race about shared glory? Or is it a silent, high-stakes battle to dominate Earth from orbit? Tonight, we dive into the echoes and the evidence. Once, the race to the stars was about flags and ideologies. Today, it's about far more. Beyond our atmosphere, a new frontier is being carved. We are witnessing Space Race 2.0. From moon bases to orbital dominance, the stakes are higher, the players more diverse, and the potential rewards, or dangers, are unimaginable. Is this a new era of scientific glory, unchecked greed, or a silent battle for global domination? Tonight, on Bett's Echoes and Evidence, we dive into the new scramble for the heavens. Before we lift off, ask yourself, is humanity's future truly among the stars, or are we just exporting our earthly conflicts to the cosmos? To understand Space Race 2.0, we must first remember the echoes of its predecessor. The original space race wasn't about science. It was a proxy war. From 1957, with the launch of Sputnik, to the moon landing in 1969, the US and Soviet Union hurled rockets and national pride at each other. It was a contest of ideologies. Capitalism versus communism played out 200,000 miles from Earth. The goal wasn't just discovery, it was to prove whose system was superior, whose technology was more advanced, whose way of life would ultimately prevail. Yuri Gagarin became humanity's first cosmonaut, a propaganda coup for Moscow. Then, Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon, a monumental victory for Washington. The stakes were immense, but the rules were clear. Civilian space agencies, mostly transparent goals. But what if the first space race, with all its glory, simply laid the groundwork for a far more complex and dangerous competition? A competition where the lines between civilian and military and private and public are increasingly blurred. Back then, space exploration was sold as
the scientific knowledge, the technical ability, and the materials to pursue the exploration of the universe.
Peace for all mankind. Now, it's about who gets to drill for fusion fuel first and whose internet satellites can drop faster than the others. Turns out the final frontier is just the first one we haven't monetized yet. Progress, right?
Starship approaching Port Gamma.
Space Race 2.0 has an entirely different cast. Yes, NASA's Artemis program aims to put humans back on the moon, this time to stay. But the sheer volume of activity is driven by the new private sector. The game changers are companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic. The shift is staggering. While traditional government launches once cost over $20,000 to move a kilogram into orbit,
here are the last seconds of the countdown.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
private firms have driven that price down to less than $3,000 per kilogram. They're not just launching satellites, they're building entire space economies. In 2023 alone, SpaceX launched nearly 100 orbital missions. That's more than 3 times the yearly average the US managed during the height of the first Cold War space race. This is no longer government bureaucracy. This is commercial, rapid deployment. But governments are keeping pace. While NASA leads with a budget of around $25 billion, China is now second in global spending, pouring an estimated $11 to $12 billion annually into its space program, aggressively pursuing its own moon landing goals and the completion of its Tiangong space station. This commercialization is a double-edged sword. It drives innovation, but it also introduces new dynamics of private profit, market control, and potentially unregulated expansion. Are these billionaires truly pioneering humanity's future in space? Or are they simply staking claims in a cosmic land grab, echoing the colonial expansion of centuries past? We used to send scientists, engineers, and test pilots to space. Now, it's mostly rich guys on a joyride. At least it means fewer traffic jams on Earth, I guess. The democratization of space travel just means the 1% get a head start on the space colony. The evidence is clear. The new space race isn't just about firsts, it's about strategic advantage. The battlegrounds are no longer just rocket launchers, but critical infrastructure and resources in orbit and beyond. Look no further than low Earth orbit. The new battleground is volume. Starlink alone has deployed over 5,000 satellites, meaning a single company now operates more than half of all active satellites in orbit globally. While offering global internet, they also have dual-use military capabilities, providing communication and reconnaissance in conflict zones. Is the democratization of internet access from space a boon for humanity, or a frightening expansion of potential targets in a future orbital war? This commercial rush has a terrifying cost: debris. Today, there are over 36,000 pieces of tracked orbital debris larger than 10 centimeters, each one a bullet traveling at 17,500 miles per hour.
Every satellite currently in Earth's orbit, there is around 100,000 tons of debris, most of which is too small for us to track. But how much damage can a tiny object really do to a spacecraft? And how do we shield the ISS from such dangers? In this video, we're going to look at the powerful physics behind space impacts.
A single anti-satellite test instantly added hundreds of pieces of this potentially catastrophic space shrapnel. A conflict in space wouldn't just be high-tech, it would cripple our modern world. And the moon? The resource goal is water ice. NASA estimates the lunar South Pole holds billions of tons of water ice, a critical resource that can be cracked into oxygen for life support and hydrogen oxygen for rocket fuel.
And that's because it's not in actual puddles or even in ice. Instead, it's stored there as individual H2O molecules. These teeny tiny water molecules are bound to the lunar soil or minerals, like they're trapped. They're scattered everywhere throughout the surface, mixed in with the dust and rocks. There could also be small amounts of ice on the dark side of the moon.
This is why the Artemis Accords, a US-led initiative for lunar governance, aims to set rules, but not all nations agree to play by them. We spent decades sending probes to find life and wonder on other planets. Now, we're spending billions on probes to figure out the most efficient way to mine them. So much for seeking new civilizations. We're just looking for new real estate opportunities. The new space race is a dizzying blend of unprecedented opportunity and terrifying risk. It promises scientific marvels, incredible wealth, and perhaps the very survival of our species. But it also echoes humanity's oldest conflicts: competition for resources, dominance over strategic high ground, and the ever-present shadow of militarization. The void is vast, but it is not empty of human ambition. The choices we make today, to cooperate, to regulate, or to compete fiercely, will determine whether this new frontier becomes a beacon of shared progress or simply another arena for our earthly struggles. The stars are calling, but what answer will humanity give? This time, the race isn't just to the moon or Mars. It's a race to define the future of humanity's off-world existence. So, what do you believe is the driving force of Space Race 2.0? Shared glory, insatiable greed, or an unspoken bid for global domination? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. With the echoes heard and the evidence laid bare, until next time, keep listening for the echoes when we investigate the town that sold itself